Hello and welcome to Keepsales. Now in this video, we will be looking at viewing reports of a stock take and making sense of them. Now we have a video that explains our new stock taking feature, so do well to check that video out. Now this particular video is a sequel to that video, okay, where I'll be looking at how to make sense of the report that is generated after your stock taking session has ended. So let's get to it. So in our video where we talked about the stock taking feature, we talked about what this is, okay, and how to actually get here. So do well to check those videos out. We talk about what the new stock taking session is all about, and then when you've actually created one, I explain that there's the status here when you are conducting a stock taking, it's becomes ongoing. So you see ongoing over here. Now when you've ended the stock taking session, it saves here as ended. Okay, so now we are going to view report and try to make sense of the report. Okay, great. So over here, the first thing I want us to take note is that the values after stock take, okay, it remains at pending. Okay, now this is so because immediately that you commit all, so when you come here, you see what we call the commit all count to inventory on hand. Now, immediately you click on this, what happens is that your stock is updated. Okay, now after that is done, you cannot make any changes again to it. Okay, so before we click on this one, we are just going to take a brief walk through this and then what we see over here. So in our previous video where we actually tried to do a couple of stock. We did a stock taking on some products, about 10 products. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so first and foremost, okay, we want to view our stock commentaries. Okay, so if you are the manager or whoever conducted the stock taking, okay, if there were any commentaries, anything for the people to note, okay, over here we're able to view. So we see that you've written that there were new items on the shelves that were not part of the inventory in our system. Okay, so now any other commentaries that are here, that is how you are able to view them. Okay, so we can close this. Okay, and then uh, we look at our report. Okay, now this is for only 10 items. Okay, this is for only just a few items. Okay, um for this particular product, okay, you realize that in this table form, we look at what the system had before that was expected. And then after we counted, okay, so for this particular product, after we counted, okay, it gives us the variance. Okay, so whether whether they matched, and as you can see here, you realize that for this particular variance, okay, it tells us that it's a match. Okay, so meaning for this particular product, there were no discrepancies with it. But when you come down to the other products that we counted, here it says that the system said we had 12. And after we counted, we realized we have 15. So we have what? An excess of 3. Okay, so we can always interrogate where that excess came from. Okay, and then when you come to this, it says that the system had 3 before for this particular product, the GTP type 1. So the system has 3. Now, after we counted, we actually realized there were 2 of this particular product. So it tells us that there was a shortage. Okay, so that is that. Now there's the note session as well. Okay, so if there were any notes, okay, that were taken during the stock take, so over here you realize that there was this particular note that was taken, so it is also displayed for us. That is when we want to now interrogate the products one by one. Okay, so when we come to filter report, when we click on this, okay, now you can actually try and then filter according to a product or just focus, okay, according to these 3 options. So if you want to just look at a product, okay, we just click on this and then type that particular product, and then we can the results will just narrow it down to that particular product. Okay, but when we want to just focus the report on these 3, so these 3, what do I mean by these 3? Now if you want to focus our report on only all counted items, Okay, so now when we click on this and then we apply filter, okay, the system only gives us all the items that we counted. Only the items that we counted. Okay, nothing else but the items that we counted. Okay, so let's take note of that. Okay, so over here you realize that we only have 10. Yeah, in our previous video we did 10, okay, of during our stock taking video. So we only see 10 products that we counted, and then you're able to see all the information that you want to see. Okay, now when you go back to filter report, you can again focus to only counted items with variances. By variances, we want to see the items which did not match. Okay, so variance, there are three things. The items either matched, or they were in excess, or they were in shortages. Okay, so you are able to actually see, okay, those items. Now you decide what to do with these. You can either go back and cross check to see if there was a proper count that was done, or if these were actually the actual variances, then now you want to interrogate why there were these variances. Okay, so that's the amazing application, okay, of this particular feature. Okay, so when we go to filter report again, now we can look at the uncounted items. When we click on okay, apply filter, now we are able to see all the items that we didn't count. Now this is also very important so that no product escapes your notice. Okay, unless the product is not in the system. No product, okay, that is in the system that you couldn't count, or whether you count or you do not count. No product escapes your notice. So then when it zeroes the report down to items that were not counted, maybe probably due to oversight or whatever, you are able to go back and cross check. Okay, maybe it was due to oversight, or the items were actually out of stock. Okay, I mean, you are able to get a proper you're able to appreciate the circumstances better. Okay, so I mean that's one of the amazing things about our stock taking feature as well. Now when you come to the actions bit, okay, so then we filter back, okay, to seeing everything. Okay, so let's just say we want to see the all counted item. Okay, so now when you come to actions, okay, there are two things you can do here. You can rectify counted quantity or not, or you can delete the product from inventory. Okay, so depending on the circumstances, okay, depending on whatever that has to do with the product, you can either rectify the counter quantity. So maybe after, for instance, the ones with the variance, usually the ones with the variances, maybe you detected the variance, you realize that no, the product wasn't 15 as counted, it was actually 12. Okay, so when we click on this, okay, it says that we counted 15. Okay, so now we want to take it back to 12. Okay, and then we say that the excess was an oversight. Okay, so then you apply changes and it tells you that the adjustment has been successfully made. Okay, so over here you realize that the item has been stated as matched. Okay, the correct quantity that we edited has been done, and then the notes. Okay, so that we are able to keep track of why we are rectifying whichever quantity that there is. Okay, so again, I know this is just simply amazing. Okay, so you can also delete products from the inventory. Okay, so while doing a stock taking, maybe you notice that there are certain products you wouldn't need anymore. Okay, you can just straight away delete, okay, from this inventory. Okay, now once you are done, so over here we have all the details. Okay, the number of items that we counted, the number of items that were not counted. Okay, you are given like a short overview of the whole process. And then when we come over here, now we have this particular table, okay, just at the right. So we see the number of unique items that we have. Okay, so this is a quick snapshot. Okay, a quick snapshot. Okay, that's before we did a stock taking. This is registered on our system for us, so that we are now able to do our references. So now these are our values before stock take. So it tells us that the number of unique items was 821. Our total inventory size was over 160,000. Our total cost was over this amount. Our total retail value was over this amount. Our total wholesale value was also over this amount. Okay, now over here we see that the values after stock take is pending. Variance is also pending. Okay, now this is so because um when you've ended the session, it doesn't automatically update your stock. It gives you the opportunity to go through any issues that you may have had, okay, with the aftermath of the stock taking process. Okay, now once you have taken notice of all that, done all the corrections, all the investigation that you need, the questions and the inquiries, everything that you wanted to do regarding the inventory. Then now when you click to commit all counts to inventory on hand, now it's going to update the our inventory. So over here it says that products in your inventory will now be updated with the current counted quantities. An item which wasn't counted will be ignored. You will also not be able to make any more changes or adjustments to this report. This action cannot be undone. So this is actually the final process to the stock taking session. When you are done with this, you cannot do anything else with it again. So let's click on OK. Okay, so it says it's been successful. Then once it's refreshed, okay, now we see our values after stock take and variance appear. First, it was appended. Now everything appears. So we are able to notice that, notice whatever changes, okay, it gives us the variance. It compares the values before stock take and then the values after stock take, and then it tells us the variance. So over here, you see that the variance is 0. Then when you come to the total inventory size, it tells us that there was a variance of 11. Okay, now when you come here, we are able to see, these variances in terms of its value. So its cost value, we are able to see it. Its retail value, we are able to see it. And then its wholesale value, we are also able to see it. So you're able to appreciate in terms of, numbers, okay, the cost of these variances to you and then to your business. And then with this information, you are able to, try to prevent any more of such variances, because usually these variances cost their business. So now you want to prevent any more of these variances that comes back to bite you. So the report over here helps you, the business, okay, to always be comfortable with the operations in the shop, and then it actually helps you to prevent any activity of stock theft, because you are able to immediately ascertain what is on the ground and punish anybody who is doing wrong, and maybe reward the people who are actually doing the right thing. I mean, all this report helps you, to be on track with things that is happening in your shop. So again, this has been our video on viewing reports of a stock take and making sense of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. There are more of these videos available for you, so do well to check them all out. I'll see you in our next video. Have a nice time. Bye bye.